Good morning. It is 9:22 a.m. I am just now sitting down. I just took the kids to school with my husband. We went and got breakfast as a family because I don't have no groceries in this house. So that is something we definitely have to do either tonight or tomorrow. It'll probably be early tomorrow morning just because today is just it's going to be one of those days that are just absolutely nuts for no reason. Because today, as I'm filming, it is Halloween. And while we are not a family that celebrates Halloween in the traditional sense, we still let the kids dress up, put on their costumes, do their makeup and everything like that. And then most times we'll just walk around our building because we have a pretty big building and people will leave candy outside their door to kind of like let whoever comes past take some. And then some people will have a sign on their door, knock for candy. So they still get the trick or treat experience. But this year we're actually we have a new neighbor and it's the first time the kids have friends inside the building because there's never been really any kids in our building. There were before, but they're two boys and we never just made it work to get them connected. But this time, the little girl is right above us. She's exactly the same age as my daughter, my youngest daughter, and they've already hit it off. Like they are all three obsessed with each other. So it's really, really cute. So her mom asked me, they came from a whole different state. And so she was asking me like, what is there to do? They just moved to where I live. I would say maybe a month ago. So they don't know anything about this area. So we're all going to get together and there's an event that they're having out maybe 20 minutes away from here that is like indoor activities for the kids. So they'll be able to paint pumpkins and go trick-or-treating inside the building because it always rains on Halloween here for some reason and it's supposed to rain tonight. So they'll still be able to have tons of fun and they have a new friend to do that with. But before all that, I have to do a ton of work, a lot of content work today. I have a video that was supposed to be scheduled or edited, scheduled, and posted today, but I honestly forgot. And I feel like I'm in that pregnancy brain stage of my pregnancy where I'm like literally forgetting everything. I was laying on the couch last night and I was having really bad back pains. My pregnancy has been pretty good so far, but I'm starting to get those back pains, which is normal. I'm carrying a whole human. So I told my husband after I put the kids to sleep, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go to sleep, but I do want to just go lay down to get off my back. And I went back there, got down the rabbit hole of watching study videos and note taking and all these other productivity videos that just are so satisfying to me. And I fell asleep. So I forgot. And I woke up this morning like, oh my gosh, I did not stay up and edit that video. But the good thing is that it's a really quick video. It's nothing crazy. It's a super simple, just informational video that'll be up by the time this goes up. So it's the video that's right before this, which is about what I like to do when I'm not actually physically coding, but I still like to be doing something code related. So if you want to hear more about that, that video is up. It'll be up here and in the description box below. I also have a lot of short form content to kind of like either plan or film. I have two pieces that I definitely have to film today. One is going up today. One has to go up next week because it's with a brand. And then the rest of that short form kind of block is going to be me planning for one that's actually coming up next week as well. But I just have to like send over the agreement and things like that. But I still want to be brainstorming and know exactly what I'm going to do so that once that's approved and everything like that, which there's nothing to approve, I just have to sign my part of the agreement, send it back and do the thing. Then I can just be ready to post it because it has to be posted next week as well. So those two things have to get done for sure. So I'll kind of try to take you guys behind the scenes and show you guys a little bit about how I film my short form content. It's nothing crazy. I don't have crazy equipment. And I think that's more so why I want to show you guys. Also, I can't tell what you can see right here, but excuse the mess. I had a lot of work to do yesterday and I just did not feel like cleaning up my desk. It's not bad, but it's also just not. I'm going to clean this up before I start working because I can't work like this. Anyway, I'll try to take you guys behind the scenes of like what I use or, just show you my process, show you how my husband helps me with some of the clips because sometimes I can't get certain angles or I can't see certain angles or he just has a better eye and he can kind of help me get some inspiration for some things. So I'll take you on that journey. And other than that, I'll just be responding to emails. So again, heavy on the content day. I don't think that honestly I'm going to have time to code it all today because I'm going to have to do all of this before I get the kids and, from school. And then after that, it's going to be straight into getting them ready. My mom's going to come over, get them prepped for the Halloween event. And I'm sure our neighbors are going to come down. And then we're going to have to go to the event because we have to be there by 6. So I'm sure by the time I get home, I'm going to be extremely tired and I'm not going to code, and that's fine. I will pick up with that tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be very, very light on the content. So let's just get started because I have a lot to do. I'm going to hop into editing this video. And again, you guys will see this video that I'm editing before this one goes up. Also, while I'm sitting here, I figured I could just go ahead and start telling you guys some of the things that I use to help me film my videos. So right now I'm filming on my DJI Pocket 3. I have the creator combo. I had the Pocket 2 before this. I love DJI Pockets. I had the Osmo, I think is what it's called, the gimbal. And so yeah, we like DJI in this household. And I knew when you guys saw vlogs ago that when this one came out, I was like, oh, we getting that because I needed that. And anyway, shout out to content creator It's Sky. I'll put his name here. He has a lot of great videos on the DJIs if you want to learn more about them. That's like my go-to person when I want to watch things about this camera. But yeah, this is an amazing camera and it's super easy to use. I feel like it's super simple for beginners. It's literally doing all the work. This is not the coloring straight out the box because my husband and I are trying to get better at learning about color grading and just finding the feel that I want for my videos going forward. Definitely slacking on the lighting portion for my film setup. And that'll be, something that I work on later on down the line as it comes. But in the meantime, I did want to point out that whatever color grade you see right now in this video is not the normal color grade. There are some videos before this one, like most of my videos pretty much. Okay, so the video before this, all of the ones before that are the settings right out the box. So no color grading, it's just the coloring right out of the box. But this has a ton of capabilities, and so we're just trying to get better at learning what those capabilities are. Also, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but it's gonna look weird. Right now, I'm looking at my phone because the screen on here is a ton better than the DJI 2. The Pocket 2. The Pocket 2 was really, really tiny. This one is bigger so I can see myself, but I also wear glasses and so I can't see myself that good, or it's not as big as I still need it to be. So one cool thing you can do is hook it up to the DJI app and you can see yourself on your phone. So I can get my angles. I can actually control the gimbal. So if I want to tap on here, now it should, let's see. So if I want the gimbal to move this way, you can see my dog, move it back. I can control the gimbal from my phone. And so I use this, I've been using it more and more. My husband has been telling me to do it. I keep mentioning my husband because he's actually he's a software engineer, but his passion is videography and he knows a ton about this stuff. And so he's like, start using your phone so you can see yourself better. You can control yourself. You can get your angles and stuff without having to get up and get down and see if you're in frame. So this is a helpful tip. If you're using DJI Pocket 3, please use the app and it'll help so much. But other than that, when I'm not using my DJI, I used to have a ZVE 10. I don't know where that thing is. Okay, and I'm still upset about it because I know it has to be in this house somewhere because I don't lose stuff. So I feel like one of my kids took it somewhere because they like to film and they like to edit. Even though they're little, they know how to do it. I'm telling you, they are very smart with that kind of stuff. And I feel like one of them took it and hid it or put it somewhere and they done forgot where it is. I don't know, something happened. I'm just putting out stuff like that because I refuse to believe it was me mishandling my stuff because I don't lose things. But other than that, I used to use that. But I just want to also put out here that if you're looking to start your YouTube channel or your content creation journey, use your phone. If you don't have the camera equipment and you don't have the money to buy the camera equipment, because I did not have the means to do any of this before, and there's still things that I need that I don't have the means to do right now, it's okay. Start with your phone. I would say probably still around 85% of the videos on my channel were filmed on my iPhone. And it was an iPhone that was before this, and I have a 13. And right now, my short form content is I would say 98% of it is filmed on my iPhone still, just because I didn't go into like CapCut or something to edit. But for my actual videos, if I know I'm gonna get collaboration with my husband and he's gonna color grade and things like that, I'll edit in Final Cut. So yeah, just use what you have. Don't feel like you have to have this fancy equipment and all this other stuff because for one, you'd be surprised what these phones can do these days if you just learn how to use them. There's also like a thing that is so true, and I didn't understand this until I, started creating more content. It doesn't always matter what you're filming with. It depends on how much you know about that. You can go out and buy a super expensive camera thinking it's just gonna give you the quality that you want magically, but you still have to learn that piece of equipment. So start with what you have first. See if you even like to create content. See if it's something you even see yourself doing long-term and wanting to really fully put the investment in, not only with time, but the monetary, investment. And see if that works out first before you go splurging on all this equipment and then you don't film or you don't know how it works. You get discouraged from posting because you don't even know how to work the camera. So yeah, just start with what you have. It's okay. So I straightened up my desk a little bit. Before I start though, I did also want to tell you guys what kind of editing software I use. So for one, I use these Sonys. I honestly don't remember the model, but I will link them in the description box below. They were not expensive. I know Sony is an expensive brand and they have very expensive headphones. I know when I was at the creative agency working as a web developer, they had, like, some of my coworkers had the ones that are like $300-$400. These were, I'm pretty sure, 35 or 40. And that was because of the color. I think some of the other colors might be a little bit more expensive, but they're all under $100. And these have such great quality, like the bass is there. I can hear everything. And sometimes I'll honestly just put these on without anything even playing and just kind of block out and mute some of the, outside noise here. I'll just put these on and just kind of like create this little bubble. I'm really sorry if you hear any like construction and noise going on in the background because we do have a huge construction project going on across the street from us. So I want to apologize about that ahead of time. As far as editing software, I use Final Cut Pro. I started with Final Cut Pro just because that's what Keith, my husband, started with, and that's what he knows how to use. He's very good with Final Cut, but I personally have started using CapCut on desktop, and I love CapCut. I think that it's a lot more user-friendly for beginners. I feel like they have a lot more built-in things as far as like for people who are not really savvy on the editing like me. Like, I'm still learning. And so CapCut is just a lot quicker for me to go in and do things. It's like, I don't know, I just like it better. However, here lately, I do have to edit in Final Cut, just because it makes it easier for Keith and I to collaborate because I don't know how to color grade. So with my color grading, he helps me with that. And with some other things, some other like zooming in and other effects that I might have in some of my videos, if I even have them, because my videos are pretty minimal, I'll have him help me with those things, and he knows how to do all that stuff in Final Cut and not CapCut. So it's a lot easier to start in the software that both of us can work in, instead of me editing everything in CapCut, then exporting it and putting it into Final Cut. It's just too many steps. So I've been having to use Final Cut here lately, but I do want to get better with Final Cut because they had a lot of updates that are really, really good, like lots of animation and effect updates that I want to start implementing into probably more so my short form content, but that is what I do. I use these headphones to edit. So out of breath. Whew. I use these headphones to edit and make sure that this is all still new, y'all. Like, I'm still playing around with how the volume should be, still playing around with color grading. But again, you don't know what your film style is until you start filming more, and still you start to practice. And it's just like how I tell you guys with coding. You're not going to get good at coding if you don't code, if you don't practice. So same thing with this content creation stuff. You don't know your style. Some people might. Some people are just really creative that way. But I find that my style changes over time. Sometimes I like to edit certain ways. Sometimes I like this color grading. Sometimes I like that. And that's okay. It's okay to change and evolve. And I feel like that's part of the creative process. But you won't know until you try. So just get in there and start creating. But Sony headphones will be linked below. And I use Final Cut and CapCut to edit. Good afternoon. It is, I think, 2 days later, and I am finishing out this vlog today because yesterday I did not do any type of content. I really didn't do anything yesterday because I just wasn't, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling in the mood. And so I pretty much sat on the couch the whole day and just looked at my content calendar, making sure that I had the videos planned that I wanted to be planned for this month. And I really want to finish this year off strong with my content, just trying to post 2 times a week. We're going to see if I can stick to that, because that is literally my goal, and trying to really get up on my short form, because I have a really hard time doing short form content. I'm really, really good at talking. And so I love my long form. I love YouTube. YouTube is like my baby. I love it so much. But when it comes to short form, I just, there's a lot that I want to do there, and I just haven't had the time to fully put it in there. So going into the new year, that's going to be one thing that I really truly focus on, is like making better thumbnails, titles, just really focusing in on the businessy stuff, and really like taking the creative process to the next level. I think I said this in the last vlog, but I do truly want to like increase my creativity and the amount of like work that I put into my projects, because I love doing this. I love filming. I love putting out content for you guys. And I would like to figure out my like little groove, I guess, because there's a lot of different types of videos that I would like to put out on this channel outside of tech, because I'm not just someone who codes or someone who has, talks about, just tech is my life. I'm a mom. I like to do other things and talk about other things. Sorry, my dog's drinking water. Hold on. But yeah, I just want to take my content to the levels of what I want it to be, as far as like the type of content that I put out there, how I go about the creative process and the production and everything else. And it's a work in progress. Like I said before, it's all learning, and it's all just trial and error, and just actually getting in there and practicing with anything else. That's what it is. And I started this channel off, think 4 years ago now. I don't know. It's been some years since I started this channel, and I really wanted to do something completely different. This channel was supposed to be something totally different, and I kind of want to lean into those things a little bit more, because I don't know, I just don't want to be like, basically I'm just not, my whole life does not revolve around tech. That's just the reality. So I want to show those different aspects, and I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that and best way to incorporate it into this channel. And I really don't care about, I guess I shouldn't say how to incorporate it into this channel, because I'm not someone who thinks about niches and like having to stick to one type of video. I'm not really thinking about that. It's the fact of like, what do I really want to share? Like, I know what I want to do, and I know what I like and the things that I would like to tap into, but like, what does it look like? Does that make sense? Anyway, I'm rambling like I always do. Also, disclaimer, if you see any mess, you don't. So I need to film some content today, and a big part of that is going to be a sit down video. So this video will be up before the sit down video, but you'll see me in the same outfit, because I don't have a lot of clothes right now. A lot of stuff does not fit me. I don't have time for outfit changes just for the sake of a video, because I have a bump that is not getting smaller. It's only getting bigger. So you will see me 2 times this week in the same shirt. That is okay. I'm not here for fashion. But I do need to film a short form piece of content that has to go out tomorrow. It's due tomorrow. So I have to do that. And then there's another video, like I said, the sit down video. So my kids are with my mom right now, so I need to knock this out, or is the main thing that I'm concerned about is knocking out the sit down video. So I'm going to film that right now and get that done. It should not take me that long, because it was like a spur of the moment thought that I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to talk about that, get that done. That way, if they do come back before I'm done, at least the part that, the videos that I have to film that I would like for it to be quiet around here are done. And then short form and this vlog, it doesn't really matter if they're in here, because yeah, those are just different styles. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to set up for the sit down video that I need to film that will go out Thursday. Hopefully this video will be out Monday. The next one will be out Thursday. And then that way I can maybe get some coding in today and just get my mind wrapped around going into this week, because I feel like it's going to be another one of those weeks. Like, it's election week. My kids are out of school election day, so I have to work around that. And then we have a couple of appointments coming up for myself and the kids, I think. I have to look at my calendar, but Sundays are usually my reset days where I look at all that stuff. It's never actually content day, but today is going to be full of filming, and then I have to edit. So let me stop talking and get to it. Also, an update on this case that I showed you guys in one of my videos. It's been videos ago, and I did like the giveaway on it. This case is really, really good. It's the keyboard case. I have the iPad 5th gen, the iPad Air 5th gen, and it is the keyboard case, and it's super, super heavy. I'm not gonna lie, but that video was posted months ago. I don't think I charged it when I first got it, and I just charged it for the first time today. And I didn't even need to because it was on 40%. I just wanted it to say 100% just because. But I use this, I've been using it a lot, and I haven't had to charge it. That was my first time ever, and it still didn't even need it. But yeah, just an update. I do like this case. The only thing is that it is super heavy. Like, I asked Keith to hand it to me on the couch yesterday, and he didn't expect it to be that heavy. I had been telling him that it was heavy, and when he picked it up, he tried to hand it to me, and it literally almost flew off the back of the couch because he didn't expect it to be that heavy. But anyway, great case if you're looking for something to kind of like, I guess, work in a cafe, but you don't want to take your laptop. Just any type of work that you would do on your iPad when you, like, I've been working with it a lot lately because Keith has been using my computer a lot to like edit videos and things like that. And then I still need to get work done, so I'll use this. But yeah, great case, ESR. I think I have it linked in my bio. I'm not sure, but we'll say I do, because I'm gonna do it for you guys for mentioning it just now. So yeah, great case. So I just got done filming that short form piece of content for this brand. This is the Divloom brand, and I have been wanting this particular item for I think 2 years now. I received this Time Box one in a PR box from a tech company, and I was so excited. So this is my first one, and yeah, it just came on. I wasn't gonna turn it on because I didn't know if my phone would connect to both of them. It might. Let's see actually what it does if I try to play music from both of them. We're just gonna have double speakers. Is that a thing? No, it wants to play from the Time Box. So let me turn this one off. It's playing from this one, and it shows you the name of the song. I have been loving this Sabrina Carpenter song, Bedkkim. I love the beat. It just sounds like, I'm a 90s baby, so that beat to me just reminds me of like 90s music. I think that's why I like it so much. But anyway, this is actually not sponsored or anything. I am partnering with them for the short form, but it's not sponsored for this. I just am super excited. I wanted to show y'all here too. But yeah, this is, it's so cute. Listen, let me put it up to my, it's so cute. So you can control the volume. They have different screens. So I need to go through and like play around more with the actual settings, because on my Time Box, it is set to be on, I think Pico from Animal Crossing. Y'all know I love Animal Crossing. I think it's set to be on, see, you can control. So if I select another one of my favorites, like this is another one of my favorites. It's the little mail thing, like you've got mail. I have a few here. Like I love the Switch one, of course. And so, yeah, you just go through, click whichever one. But I have my other one set up to where as soon as I turn it on, it goes on one of these. This one is not set up yet. So I'm going to play around with this, get the settings. And y'all, the speaker on this is extremely good. I don't know if it's going to come up good on here, but let me see if I can. Let me play another song so that I don't get copyrighted. But let's see. I had a song on here that I know is on like Epidemic Sound and that I've used before. Somehow it had gotten on my phone. So I'm licensed on there, so I shouldn't be getting copyrighted for it, but let's see. Like that sounds great. You can control the volume here, up, down. It's just so cool. I don't know. This is fun. I love it. But anyway, That was a little bit of how I film my short form content. A lot of times I do have to have Keith help me with that because sometimes I can't tell, when you're filming on your phone, like it doesn't have a back camera. So, or, like it doesn't have the back screen. So I can't see if things are out of focus, if the lighting is weird. He was able to see a whole bunch of stuff. Like there was so many reflections and all this other stuff. So without him, honestly, I could set up some type of monitor and do that, but I don't have that. So I have him help me, and he's really good at looking at stuff like that because, like I said before, he is like really into videography. So I'm learning a lot from him, but I am super excited about this partnership. So excited because I literally had this on my wish list of stuff that I was going to buy myself like at some point. And my daughter saw it. She asked me, could she have it? And I said no. I did. I said no because I worked for this. But I might get her one for Christmas or something. I don't know yet. We'll see, because she loves little gadgets and stuff like me. My kids both like gadgets. They love stationery. They're just little mini me's in those spaces. So I might get her one. Plus she would want probably the blue one, and the green one is like right up my alley, especially for like the little vibe that I have going on at my desk. But before I close this vlog out, I did want to touch on a topic that has just been playing in my head here lately for some reason. I don't know why, but it's the idea of like breaking up with your goals, or like trying to stray away from your ultimate dreams and your vision, and just trying to get away from it. So what sparked this is the fact that I have been doing that, or I have been doing that the last few weeks. I have been in a space, to be completely honest, where I'm up and down. I talked about this earlier in this video, but like kind of up and down about the type of content that I want to post on this channel. Like I want to give you guys the journey of my coding, endeavors. I want to continue showing that. I know that it creates a community where we can be helpful to each other, and we can just kind of like express our feelings and our stresses and our overwhelms about learning how to code and just anything that has to do with getting into this industry. But there are other things that I want to share and other things that I have wanted to explore. And there have been times, and if you've gone through your coding journey, I'm sure you can relate to this, that I have felt overwhelmed about the actual act of coding. And there's so much to learn. There is so much to go through. And, even after having 2 web developer jobs, like I am still a baby. I still don't know anything. I still feel very lost. And I know that this is something that engineers years in say about themselves. Like I saw, like I said before, on a different video where someone said that after 20 years, they still are struggling with CSS. So these unrealistic timeframes that we put on ourselves, or I'm going to speak about me. I always try to speak from the perspective of what helps me and what I'm going through, instead of telling y'all what y'all should do or what, just putting that on y'all. So this is kind of like my digital diary to you guys, I guess. But what I've been doing lately is doubting my abilities. And this happens. We're human. I'm not going to pretend like there's this fix or like this is not normal, but I have been in a space where I'm like, is coding really for me? Is getting another programming related job for me? Or should I explore other type of tech related positions? And that led me back to some other things that I had explored in the past, some other tech roles that I had explored in the past, thinking that maybe I should just start pursuing those again. Just overall having this idea of doubt. And I don't want to have that, because I am a person, and I've said this before as well, is that when things start to get harder, I start to get overwhelmed about things. I tend to try to run from them. I tend to try to like remove myself from the situation and just go the more comfortable route. And that has hindered me in a lot of ways in my 30-something years of living. That has, really helped me back from a lot of things that I know that I have the potential to have been really good at. Just because I was so afraid to do the thing, I was trying to basically break up with it. So I always try to be transparent about some of these things. Of course, I'm not going to spill everything about my life, but when it comes to these thoughts, I know other people are having them. And I just want to share that you're not alone. Like, these things happen to everybody in some capacity at some stage in their life, no matter how perfect someone paints their life to be online or in person, like wherever, whoever. Everybody has these things that they are doubtful of, that they are fearful of, that they are unsure of. And when it comes to your career path, or when it comes to my career path, I don't ever want to look up and say that I didn't try hard enough, or I gave up too soon, or I didn't go after something that I truly, truly, truly want and see myself having a really great potential in just because it got too hard. Like I'm in that phase of JavaScript where it's like, okay, what? Like, what's going on? What do I need to do? And instead of running from it this time and saying like, oh, it's too hard, I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to take a break and, go pursue something else, or go focus on something else, or do this, do that. I'm not going to do that this time. I have pushed through. I'm going to push through. But I did have that moment where I'm like rethinking my choices. But ultimately, I had to really get real with myself and think about the fact that if I did not pursue what I'm pursuing and continue on the journey, wherever it is, and this can relate to something outside of coding too. I'm not just speaking to people who watch my videos that are programmers or like that are getting into tech. This can be for anybody and apply across anything that you're doing, whatever your dreams and goals are. Don't allow your own fears and your own doubts keep you from doing the thing that you really, truly want to do. Don't allow the fact that things are getting hard to make you leave the path that you are set to be on. A lot of things that I do or try to do is when I'm feeling like this, I try to read the Bible. I try to pray more. I try to, and I'm not perfect in those ways at all, but I do realize that when I give it to God, like everything just seems to just feel a lot lighter. Everything seems to start getting a little bit more clear, even if it's not perfectly clear, even if I still have like confusion and, different things that I'm working through. I feel this sense of peace that as long as I keep just trying to be the best person that I can be to everyone around me, being a kind person, a giving person, a loving person, everybody's not perfect, but as long as I try to be the best person that I can be, in a sense of like not perfect, but trying to be, like I said, a good person. Let's just keep it there. Then things will be okay. Things will be okay. And so, yeah, if you're going through a phase where you're doubting what you should be doing, if you should be doing this, if you should be over here, over there, I encourage you to like really just sit and think about why you're feeling like that. Think about the things that you can do to get out of that, and just know that it's going to be okay. And that we have to stop telling ourselves just because we're certain ages or we are in certain, time frames of our lives that we should be at certain places. Like just because I'm 30 something, I need to be in my career and super successful right now. I should be like having all these, savings accounts and investments and all these things. That's not everybody's story. And I feel like sometimes we get lost in what everything we see on social media and everything that everyone around us might be telling us, that we think that those things are supposed to happen for us too, or we think that those things are actually happening, if you get what I'm saying. So just keep your mind focused on what it is that you want to do and keep going. Pray about it, think about it, write about it. I'm getting back into journaling. I have some really pretty journals on the way that I can't wait to show you guys, just because I love stationery. I bought them with my own money. Love me some stationery. I try to stay out of stationery and stay in my iPad, but I couldn't help myself when I came across these. So I can't wait to show you guys those. Hopefully they'll be here soon. I got a tracking number yesterday. But they are coming from overseas. So I hopefully will get those not too long from now. But anyway, yeah, journal about it, pray about it, sit on it, talk to someone about it, but don't give up. Unless it really does make sense for you to give up. If it's really something that you're like, nah, this ain't for me, then be real about that too and move on. But don't beat yourself up about it. Don't feel like you're a failure because something didn't work out or you didn't see your path. Your path is not, the journey is just not going how you thought it would go, because that is life. And I want to start embracing that part of life more and kind of just living in the space of what is for me is going to be for me, and what God has for me. I'm a true believer in that. Like, nobody can tell me what is for me, because if God has already written it, then it's already done. And so that's it. Stop trying to break up with your dreams. Stop trying to break up with your goals unless it makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense and it's just you and your thoughts and your doubts and your imposter syndrome and your negative, energy that you're putting on it, breathe and release it and keep going, because you got this. All right, I am going to go ahead and get out of here. I have gotten so much done and I feel so productive today. These are days that I really feel thankful and just, I don't know. I just feel good. And so I got my sit down video that'll be out right after this. So again, you will see this again. And it just is what it is. But I got that done, got my short form done. So I need to edit that so it can be posted tomorrow on time. And I'm just waiting for my kids to get back home from being out with my mom so that I could film and spend the rest of this beautiful Sunday with them. So I'm going to see you guys later. Been talking a lot. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.